Hello everyone and welcome to Past the Post. My name is Michael Adolphson. We have a couple of great meetings here in the UAE we're going to get to, but none greater than Fashion Friday. One of the biggest meetings of the year, full of 2 Group 1s, many Group 2s and Group 3s, and just a great night of racing at Meydan. We kick things off on the night with the first and only race for the Purebred Arabians, the Group 1 Al Maktoum Challenge Round 2, presented by Longines, 500,000 dirhams on the line on this 1,900-meter affair for 5-year-olds and up. It was an exciting one, including some great horses like Jafar and Baraka, and even First Class, a multiple Group 1 winner. But it was a rising star and Unleashed who took the race by the throat around the bend and looked unbeatable throughout. Ridden by Richie Mullen for Jabir Bitar, he won by just under 4 lengths, beating out Canal de Faust and Baraka, last year's runner-up in the Kahela, finishing 3rd.
Increasing the tempo now, Unleashed, out by 3 lengths, and he's got the favourite Baraka working. Canal de Faust a lot closer today and sits 3rd as they swing in the bend in for home. From DR, deeper out on the track was First Class, and running along from the back as well, Jafar, but he's given them something to chase here. Richard Mullen on Unleashed, and Unleashed comes clear here. Baraka trying very hard to stay onto his place in the minors, and Canal de Faust doing the same, but this is all over. Round 2 of the Al Maktoum Challenge going to Unleashed. Dr. Jebel Ali continues on his great run here at Meydan this season. 4 lengths on the line. Canal de Faust second and could do no more.
Here with Richie Mullen, Unleashed gets it done in the Group 1 Maktoum Challenge Round 2. It seemed very straightforward forward there. You know, you got into the front. How was he feeling throughout the race?
Yeah, very comfortable. He's a horse that he likes to get into that stride, Mike. He likes to just not get things uncomplicated. He doesn't like to be intimidated by things. I mean, the last day we were kind of on a wing, but he was doing it nicely on the outside. You know, he's versatile in that way that he doesn't. I don't think the hustle and bustle of it really suits. I mean, I remember last year, a couple of runs, he was coming from the back and doing his best work at the finish, and just got intimidated early on in the race. And he's grown up a lot, in fairness to him. And I remember last year, one day, wasn't in a stronger field, but I kind of sent him on, and he showed his true colours. And you know, this year, you know, his first run was obviously a trip way too short for him, and he was drawn on the outside. It was always going to be an uphill task, but it was a nice way to start him off. Then he backed it up into a journey and showed what he could do, and he's come forward again. And like I say, he's very uncomplicated in that once you get there, he's a very relaxed horse, and you're able just to sort of keep filling him up. He responds to you when you ask him just to ease up, because you've always got that worry when you're in front, something comes and sits with you, and they can tend to over race. But he's a horse, like I say, that he's very responsive. You know, and like I say, Arif and the whole team at Jabba has done a great job with him.
The second race of the night was the UAE 2000 Guineas, also presented by Longines. This was a Group 3 affair for the 3-year-olds only, Northern and Southern Hemisphere. 700,000 dirhams on the line, and over 1,600 meters, or that mile distance of traditional Guineas fashion. This would look like a matchup on paper between Golden Vekoma and Heart of Honor, and that is exactly what happened as they turned for home. Golden Vekoma, with Connor Beasley for Ahmed bin Harmesh, took the lead as they turned for home. Heart of Honor chased him home, and they finished 1-2. Also highly regarded and very poorly drawn, Royal Favor ran very well in 3rd for the Crisfords. The winner, as mentioned, was ridden by Connor Beasley, and the final margin of victory was 1.5 lengths.
It's Rafid, the leader in the 2000 Guineas, gets to high season. Awab runs on here along with Golden Vekoma. Heart of Honor coming from a long way back, but picking up good ground with Midnight Thunder and Royal Favor. Golden Vekoma, the leader. It's up in front there by 3 lengths. Running on now, Heart of Honor, pegging back the margin quickly now. It's Golden Vekoma, needs the line. Heart of Honor tries very, very hard, but Golden Vekoma's done it again. Wins the 2000 Guineas by 2 lengths. Heart of Honor brave in second.
Here with Connor Beasley, who got it done with Golden Vekoma and the Guineas here today. It seemed that you were obviously one of the 2 horses to beat on paper, and it seemed that you made a concerted effort to make sure he got out and got into a nice position. Take me through the rest of the run from there.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we were drawn a bit wide. All the fancied ones, obviously, the favourite there was just drawn on the inside of us, and you know, it was vital to get a good break. We knew there was going to be plenty of pace on, which there was. There was a good gallop going down the back, and you know, I just had to keep tabs on them really, especially on a track like this. So you know, I was always asking him in sort of his top gear from halfway down the back, which wasn't ideal, but at the same time, he's one of them. Once he gets into top gear there, he grinds it out and keeps galloping all the way. So I was pretty confident when I could get around the bend and just give him half a breather and fill his lungs, and then, you know, let him switch his lead and stretch again up the straight. He galloped all the way to the line, and you know, he's a real nice horse, and nice exciting horse going forward.
The third race of the evening was the first on grass. This was the Group 2 Alpha Heaty Fort, presented by Longines. 850,000 dirhams on the line, 7 furlongs on that turf course, and it was a smasher. Turning for home, Mysterious Night looked like he had the win in his grasp once again. A winner last year impressively, but it was Meydan flying on the outside, just as he did when they were 2-year-old rivals in the UK. Meydan caught him, just as he did in the Vintage, this time in the Fahidi Fort. The final margin of victory was a length, and it was the first ride at Meydan for J-Mac, James McDonald, riding for his old Aussie friend, Michael Costa, in the His Highness Sheikh Ahmed colours. In third was Qatar's Make Me King.
Sartu increases the tempo. 3/4 of a length in advance of Danya down the side from Mysterious Night, who travels well in behind. Meydan the same. Make Me King tries to take closer order from Andreas Versalius. Fort Payne, Native Approach getting mobile now from the back. Sartu claimed now by Mysterious Night on the inside as the gap opened up there for Barcelona. Meydan presenting down out wider here from Danya. Then came Andreas Versalius and Fort Payne. It's Mysterious Night. Meydan on the scene big time here down the outside. Meydan claims Mysterious Night. Meydan coming away here in the final stages of the race, and J-Mac strikes gold early in Dubai. A length and a half on the line from Mysterious Night.
Second Group 2 of the season from Michael Costa's team here. Meydan, pretty exciting, moved forward in a big way. What were your thoughts coming in, and were you expecting a big performance like that?
Yeah, it was. Looking at the form, you'd think we'd be one of the outsiders of the field with a field that, you know, that international Godolphin Blue and the horse that beat us last start. But horse had a flawless 40 days since the last run, changed a few things around with him, and he's I made a trainer error in trying to stretch him out because he's not a brilliant track worker at home. He definitely doesn't run up to his rating at home at all. So we tried to stretch him out to see if that was a little bit down. But I think the cup of tea is keeping him fresh. Probably not fresh enough for a 6, but that 13.57's his cup of tea.
And from here, you probably have a few options. Probably even have a Saudi option with him. What do you go with him?
Yeah, the Saudi option does look perfect with that turf. We'll see how he pulls up and see what His Highness wants to do, but that looks like in the realm of him.
The fourth race of the evening was the Group 3 Firebreak Stakes, and one of the most highly anticipated races of the night, as it was the return of Laurel River, our Dubai World Cup champion, and the recently crowned co-highest rated horse in the world. Over 1,600 meters and 700,000 on the line, this was no slouch of a race, and it looked like a blitzer from the beginning, as Al Maktoum Mile winner Mestri and Laurel River hooked horns early and went through blitzing fractions. Laurel River then took over, turning for home, looking like a repeat of the Dubai World Cup with an open-length lead, but was caught in the final stride by King Gold, making only his 4th start on the dirt. The old 8-year-old for Nicholas Collery under Audrey Dervise pipped him by nose. Cagliostro was in the 3-horse photo there, finishing 3rd.
The champion now half a dozen clear. Artorius works into the race along with Cagliostro. Then came Al Jadaf, sneaking runs up the inside from Sound Money. Best of the rest, Crown Estate. But it is a 1-horse race here in the Firebreak Stakes. He's out by 8 lengths now. Cagliostro out chasing along with Artorius. Running into it, King Gold along with Crown Estate. But Laurel River continues to run along well. Inside the final furlong, he's out by 5 lengths. King Gold making good ground in the late bounds. Laurel River needs the line, getting tired. Here's King Gold on the scene, trying to spoil the party with Cagliostro. Laurel River, will he get there? Maybe not. Maybe King Gold in a thriller.
The 5th race of the evening was the second on the grass. This was a mad dash. It was the Blue Point Sprint, a Group 2, 850,000 on the line on the straight turf course, and it was a course record-setting performance by 3-year-old West Acre, and the 2nd year in a row that a 3-year-old has beaten their elders, and this one after Star of Mystery last year. Ponto set the clip early, as speedily as he always does, but could not hold off the flying Maymouse gelding on the outside. The final margin of victory was 3.5 lengths, with Cover Up the favorite, finishing 3rd.
Westacre trying to run on. It's Pontos here who hits the lead and comes clear by 2 lengths. Bill Heil now making good ground along with Westacre, who's finding plenty. Westacre down the outside along with Cover Up. Pontos tries hard, but Westacre wanting to lay in a little bit, but Callum Shepherd straightens him up and away he goes. Wins the Blue Point Sprint in style. 3 lengths on the line, and he loved it as well.
The feature of the evening was the Al Maktoum Challenge, presented by Longines, a Group 1 affair worth 3.68 million dirhams, or just about $1 million, 4-year-olds and up, over 9.5 furlongs or 1,900 meters. This one looked a big matchup between Walk of Stars, who's quite in form, and Kabir Khan, the defending champion, who has not been seen since the Dubai World Cup. Kabir Khan was off form and never looked like winning, while Walk of Stars went to the front and had things his own way throughout. He was chased home by stablemate Imperial Emperor, making it a 1-2 for Bhupat Simar. Owned by Saudi's Appa Racing, he will now go on to the Saudi Cup if he gets an invite to the race. Tag O'Shea was aboard for the victory. Factor Cheval, our Dubai Turf winner from last year, ran on well to finish third in his dirt debut.
Inside the 350 in the Al Maktoum Challenge, it's Bhupat Simar 1 and 2. Walk of Stars finding a little bit more here from Imperial Emperor in second. Kareem, Factor Cheval making some good inroads in the late stages. Walk of Stars from Imperial Emperor here in the final stages of the race. Walk of Stars still with 2 lengths at bay, and it's back-to-back on-speed wins for Walk of Stars. Bring on the Saudi Cup.
You know, in big races, you will get pressure, but, you know, he's in a different class of a racehorse. The horse who was giving him pressure probably would not get home anyway. We had a plan. We're going to stick to the plan. There were some good horses in there, you know, with Kabir Khan, Factor Cheval, and Imperial Emperor himself.
Who ran Hute?
Yeah, he ran a very, very good race. You know, he sat third or fourth, and, you know, he gave a good account of himself.
Do you think Imperial Emperor, do you think he saw out the 10 furlongs? I mean, 9.5 furlongs there?
I would think so. I mean, you know, without Walk of Stars, obviously he was a winner, and I didn't see anybody else catching him. I think he kept on going to the line.
So you could possibly, with Walk of Stars and Over, possibly have 2 Saudi Cup horses. Would that mean Imperial Emperor maybe go to Super Saturday?
That could be possible, yes.
The biggest turf race of the evening is one of the top turf races in the country, the Group 1 Jebel Hatta. And it was a big affair with Romantic Warrior, looking like the horse to beat and one of the best horses in the world to boot in the 1,800-meter, $1.85 million, or just about $500,000 affair. Turning for home would look like an insurmountable lead. He closed like a warrior and won impressively by 4.5 lengths, beating out Poker Face, a winner a few weeks ago in the Group 2 Zabeel Mile, into second. Holloway Boy was back in third. James McDonald was aboard for Danny Shum.
Romantic Warrior now chasing down the leader. Ottoman Fleet was next from Poker Face. Holloway Boy runs on. Measured time, 6 lengths in front of Romantic Warrior, who's coming with big bounds here in the Jebel Hatta. Measured time, but here is the champ. Over from Hong Kong, the global racing sensation. 8 to 5, Group 1 champion. 4 lengths on the line. Poker Face, oh no, measured time's gonna miss.
How satisfied are you with that performance?
Oh, extremely satisfied. I just loved the way he did it. He was very fresh today, obviously.
Really pinged the gates.
A bit of a gap between runs. He was more fresh in the parade ring, and then he managed to get his cool going to the start, so that was pleasant to see. But I'm just delighted with him. He jumps fast, he travels well. I never felt in doubt at all as soon as I turned for home and could see the eventual leader in the race so far in front, but he's just picking up really beautifully, and he did the race.
This race, this track obviously has got a nice long 2.5 furlong stretch. It seemed to suit him really well.
Yeah, for sure. He adapts to anything. He could put him on a saucepan and he'll run well. So any pace, any distance, it would suit him fine.
You know this horse so well. How do you think this sets him up for another big challenge in the Saudi Cup?
Your guess is as good as mine, to be fair, because I don't know. It's an unforeign territory for him, a different surface. But one thing I do know, he will try his best and he'll give a great sight. Whether he can win, I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't swap him for anything.
Despite a night full of stars, the biggest favorite of the evening on the market was Tuz in the Al-Shindaga Sprint, a 6-furlong affair at 1,200 meters worth $700,000, and a chance for him to go 4 in a row over course and distance, and that is exactly what he did. Despite a bit of a skip of a step at the top of the lane and looking a bit vulnerable, he still held off his old rival Color Up to finish ahead of him for the 3rd time in a row. Drew's Gold ran on well despite a slow start to finish 3rd for Julio Alasquaga and is one to watch moving forward.
Towards the leader, Maya Tells felt 4, Colour Up looks the biggest challenger here to the initial leader now. Then came Major Cinnamon, Drew's Gold, Jungle Mate, Eastern World. He hung in a little bit there, Tuz, went a little bit of a wayward there, and Colour Up has ambled up the outside to challenge. It's Tuz from Colour Up. Tuz having to be very brave thereafter. A little awkward moment there at the 300, but now he finds the afterburners here. He's brutal power on 4 legs, this. Tuz goes on and bolts in the Al-Shindaga. 3 lengths on the line, beats Colour Up, who was very game once again.
Yeah, he felt great. He's a real pro now around here, and as I said to Boot, but there was a time Tuz would burn off and try to do it quickly in one breath, but now he's a lot more tractable. He doesn't mind horses coming up around him, and I'm able to fill him up, and you know, down the lane, Dobbsy came to me on Colour Up, and I'd loads left, and I gave him a flick or 2 behind the start. I probably overdone it getting him to lead change today, because I went to change and he wouldn't change, and I said, come on, Tuz, and got him to change over, and he hit the rail a little bit, but then he changed out onto the outside lead, and I mean 5 strides after the wire, Mikey, when I said, whoa, he'd pulled up to a hack, you know, so possibly would have done more in the morning than he did tonight. So look, it's his playground around here. He's awesome. He's a jockey's dream.
And from here, obviously, you get a little bit, it was a 3-week run into here. You get a little bit more of a break. Do you think he'll benefit from that?
Yeah, I said to Boo, but I said, you know, even though he's been winning big margins and that, probably now is the time to give him the big gap, you know. So he doesn't need to prove anything. It's his playground here, and he holds the throne at the moment, so it'd be great to go back and have a defence at the big one.
The 9th and final race of the evening at Meydan was the Group 3 Al Khail Trophy, a direct prep for the Dubai Gold Cup worth $1 million on April 5th. And this one showed a marked improvement from His Highness Sheikh Ahmed's Kafaf, giving James McDonald a 3 from 3 evening with Michael Costa in 2 of those wins. King of Conquest, the big favorite for Godolphin, could not quite get there in the end under William Buick, serving up a rare donut on the evening for Godolphin. Epic Poet ran on well for 3rd, proving his form from last time beating King of Conquest was right on par. The winner is a son of Alder Fluke and looks like one to watch moving forward, with races like the Dubai Gold Cup and the Saudi Red Sea Turf as options.
Kafaf works through the inside now. It opens right up for J-Mac here. And in through comes Kafaf, running on from the back of the field. Goya Senora, along with King of Conquest, and from the back as well was Flying Honours. It's Kafaf. He's left vulnerable up in front. Pridwin tries. Deeper out, King of Conquest. An Epic Poet from the back. It's Kafaf from King of Conquest. King of Conquest trying to get on level terms. Kafaf stays him off. 3 for J-Mac on Fashion Friday.
Well, I've actually thought that barrier 1 could have been the worst barrier for him, because in the past he's gotten a little bit claustrophobic being in amongst them, but he's just starting to really season with his racing. He's a bit of the smallest horse in the stable, but he'd have one of the biggest determinations and hearts. So it's he's afforded a perfect run from barrier 1. He settled really well today, and it was a tough win.
I know he's coming around here in just a moment, so we'll make it quick. But just your thoughts on moving forward with him. You have options in Saudi, you have options here. Where do you go with him?
Yeah, we'll see how he pulls up like anything, and we'll give His Highness the options. It'd be good to see him on the big night over the 2 miles. So I think we'll probably angle towards that, but ultimately we'll see what His Highness' approach will be.
Let's move on to the second night of racing this week, which was at Abu Dhabi over in the capital. We kick things off with 11 furlong affair, handicap for 0 to 65 rated 4-year-old not Pure Bit Arabians with 70,000 dirhams on the line. This one from the get-go looked like Maymoon's race to lose, and that is exactly what he did not do, winning by a length over AF Atab under Sandro Pava for Abu Bakr Daoud. He will surely improve his rating from 65 and looks one moving forward at the right time. Samu X Mansour rounded out the top 3.
Atab that is the leader here from Samau X-Mansour. Here comes Meydan RS approaching the outside here with a big run. Meydan RS down the outside. He's really storming up along with there Ezel Rawasi and Atab. It's Meydan RS though deeper out. He had to go all the way back to last, but Meydan RS, that's some win. Meydan RS 3/4.
The second race of the evening was a 0 to 85 rated handicap for Purebred Arabians on the turf, 66,000 on the line, and also over that same 11 furlong distance. Listo de Vos and Sylvester de Sousa continues de Sousa's great relationship with the Arabians this season. Trained by Suleiman Al Ghanami, the 4-year-old colt looks like one to watch moving forward, beating out Rams by a half length. AF Muhair was another 2 lengths back into third for Khala Khalifa Al Nabuda.
It's Muhair the leader as they make their way down the straight from Rams, who's deeper out with a challenge. Al Etihad still with them. Deeper out, Listo de Vos, Kasau Hyperlight and Zaidan Al Wathbar. Rams hits the lead in the final stages, but Listo de Vos is picking up. Listo de Vos in the final stages gets to Rams and goes on past. Listo de Vos for Sylvester de Sousa.
The third race of the evening was a listed affair and the feature of the night, the Abu Dhabi Cup Prep. As mentioned, this listed affair is for Purebred Arabians worth $125,000 and over that same 11 furlongs as the first 2 races. Group 1 winner Kingmaker made quick work of it as he beat out another Group 1 winner and Mujib into second and his stablemate Joe Star into third. Ridden by Audrey de Vries, under a patient ride, the 6-year-old Grey looks one to watch and will now move on to Group 1 action in Saudi.
Up in front is RB Kingmaker, who goes to Joe Star. Mujib deeper out, starting to threaten. RB Yes Sir looks beaten. It's RB Kingmaker and Mujib though coming clear. RB Kingmaker, Mujib the threat. RB Kingmaker, the top rated horse here. He's going to burn away and show all that class here in the Abu Dhabi Cup Prep. Too good. RB Kingmaker 3 lengths on the line.
Fourth race of the night was a maiden for 4-year-old not Purebred Arabians on the turf at over 1,600 meters or 1 mile. 4-year-old chestnut filly Nassam Banuna gave Sandro Pava his second win of the evening and another win on the season for him, teaming up with Saeed Al-Marar. Al-Fayed ran on well for second while Jaziad Al-Hosen finished third.
Coming into the straight, Naseem by Nuna gives chase and starts to let down along with Jaziad Al-Hosen. Al-Fayed, the leader, making chase down the outside with big runs is Naseem by Nuna. Naseem by Nuna trying hard. Al-Fayed getting a little weary in the late stages. They come down to the line together. Tight one. Photo finish. No, Naseem by Nuna's got there. He's thrown the neck down and won it clearly.
Fifth race of the night was the co-feature of the evening, and it was the listed Abu Dhabi Championship for Purebred Arabians, $180,000 on the line, or just about $50,000. The mile feature went to Ahmed Al-Bahari's Ben Cohen piloted Rasasi. French-bred continued his good form and beat out Al-Fatih in the process. AB Sakar was back in third, the Omani bred running on well and seeming one to watch.
It's a 2-horse battle here, but Rasasi finds a little bit more here. Haven't these colours come to the fore plenty of times for people so far this season? Rasasi burns away from Al-Fatih. Rasasi getting further and further as he gets closer and closer to the finish line, pulling out all the sticks here. Rasasi keeps the picket fence rolling here at Abu Dhabi. Ease down to a hand canter, wins the Abu Dhabi Championship by 4.5.
The sixth race of the evening was a maiden for 4-year-olds and up. This one for the thoroughbreds, getting their chance on the action. 66,000 on the line, also over that 1,600 meter mile distance. This one was quite impressive, as His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed's Folk Festival looked one to watch coming out of this. The 4-year-old bay, gelding by Blue Point, definitely showed a nice turn of foot to beat out No Retreat for Audrey de Vries and Fauzi Nas. Shepperton Lodge was back in third.
As they get to the back of the field was 1 in a million. It's Shepperton Lodge who tries to skip away here. Shepperton Lodge from No Retreat Folk Festival out with a good run, along with Al Pastor at Shepperton Lodge. No Retreat coming through with a blistering turn of foot. No Retreat from Folk Festival. Folk Festival trying hard the outside. No Retreat, no good thing. Folk Festival the outside, coming up the outside and storming home to win. Nice debut. Folk Festival 3/4.
And the final race of the UAE weekend of racing was a handicap for 0 to 95 rated thoroughbred, 66,000 on the line over the 6 furlong sprint distance. This one gave another big win on the weekend for Michael Costa and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed as Ben Cohen piloted Tawala to victory. Thunder of Niagara, also a stakes-placed horse, ran on well to finish second with Silent Defense back in third.
They swing the bend 400 from home. Al-Abed, D'Souza already at work. Coming into the straight here, the narrow leader from Tawala. Marker Cole running on late here was Celtic Voyager as they make their way down the straight here. Tawala takes over. Running through Thunder of Niagara, Al-Abed, and from the back, Silent Defense along with Jungle Mac. Tawala the leader. Running on weight here, Silent Defense along with Thunder of Niagara, but Tawala holds on. Tawala too speedy for them. 3/4 on Thunder of Niagara.
Now let's look at the championship standings. Among the owners, His Highness Sheikh Ahmed has regained the lead now with 26 victories. Yas Racing is 2 behind him after a good week last week, but a 0 this week with 24 victories. Khala Khalifa Al Nabuda continues to hold steady with 14, followed by Al Ashbound Stables with 11, and our old favorite Nazar Askar with 10 victories, rounding out the top 5. Among the trainers, Michael Costa continues to lead with 26 victories. Musaba Al-Mahari had a steady week with 22. Bupat continues to rise, last year's defending champion and a winner 2 of the last 3 seasons. He will probably be a threat to Costa in a few weeks. He now has 21. Ibrahim Al-Hadrami, in the middle of a great season, has 17 victories, and Ernst Ertel rounds out the top 5 with 16. Among the jockeys, it continues to be a thrilling fight between Connor Beasley and Tygo Shea. Connor Beasley now has 27 victories to Tygo Shea's 26. Danny Tudhope continues to plug along nicely at 21 victories in third. Sylvester D'Souza has been rising in the ranks of recent, now is in 4th place with 20. And Ben Cohen has tied with 20 with him, now in 5th with fewer seconds. Now let's look at what's coming up this week in the action. We have Al-Ain on Thursday. We have another great carnival evening on Friday, the 31st. We move into the month of February and start things off on the afternoon on Saturday at Jebel Ali. Then the very next day, we round things up with Abu Dhabi on Sunday. A nice 4-meeting weekend here in the UAE. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week. Ellen, pass the post. My name is Michael Adolphson. Hope you have a good one, and may all your photo finishes be winning ones.